In 10 days, Anthropic shipped 5 separate products. Figma's stock dropped 7.3% the day Claude Design launched. 3 days before that launch, Mike Krieger, the co-founder of Instagram and a Figma board member, resigned from the board. This is not a product update cycle. This is a company announcing it no longer needs the ecosystem. It spent 3 years building on top of itself. To understand why this matters, you have to understand what Anthropic was before this week. For 3 years, Anthropic was the model company. Claude was the API. Every tool on this list, Lovable, N8N, the Figma plugins, the code generation wrappers, was built on top of that API. Anthropic made the engine. Everyone else built the car. That changed this week. Let me walk through each release, what it actually does, and why the timing matters. April 8th, Managed Agents. This is hosted infrastructure for Claude agents. You define what the agent does. Anthropic runs it. Before this, deploying a persistent Claude agent meant wiring up your own compute, managing session state in a database, handling retries, rate limits, and permissions yourself. The infrastructure cost was the barrier. Managed Agents removes that. You get long-running session state, scoped permissions, so agents can only touch what you authorize, and built-in execution tracing for debugging. Price, 8 cents per session hour. For context, that is cheaper than keeping an EC2 micro instance running. The thing N8N charges you a monthly subscription for, Anthropic now charges 8 cents an hour. April 9th, Claude Cowork, Enterprise General Availability. This one is less flashy but structurally important. Cowork adds role-based access controls, spend limits per team, and usage analytics dashboards. What that means in practice. The IT department can now approve Claude for the whole company. Before this, deploying Claude at scale required either trusting individual employees with API keys or building your own governance layer from scratch. Cowork is that governance layer, pre-built. Enterprise sales just got a lot faster. April 14th, Claude Code Routines. Claude Code already had automations, scheduled tasks, hooks that run when you commit code, pipelines that trigger on specific events. The change is where those automations run. Previously, they only ran locally on your machine, when your laptop was open. Cloud hosted means your pipeline keeps running at 2 in the morning when your machine is off. It means you can share automations with your team. It means the whole thing is persistent without you being the bottleneck. That is N8N's core value proposition, now bundled into a development tool teams already use every day. April 16th, Claude Opus 4.7, 87.6% on SWE-bench verified, plus 10.9 percentage points over the previous model. SWE-bench is not a toy benchmark. It is a set of real GitHub issues from production codebases Django, Flask, requests, matplotlib. The model has to read a bug report, find the bug in the existing code, and submit a patch that passes the full test suite. At 87.6%, Opus 4.7 is solving more than 8 in 10 of those issues without human help. 6 months ago, 70% was considered state-of-the-art. The curve is not flattening. This is the engine that makes the other 4 products viable. April 17th, Claude Design. Text to prototype. You describe what you want. Claude builds it. What makes this different from Lovable or V0? Claude Design reads your design system directly from your codebase, your color tokens, your type scale, your component library. It ingests all of it before generating anything. The result is not a generic bootstrap landing page. It is something that actually looks like your product. For developers, this removes the last step in the I cannot design excuse. You write the spec. The tool handles the rest. That is a product team replacement, not a design tool. Now here's what all 5 releases have in common. Every single one of these tools was previously built by someone else, on top of Anthropic's API. N8N hosted your workflows. Anthropic just launched cloud-hosted routines at 0 incremental cost if you are already using Claude Code. Lovable and V0 generated UIs. Claude Design does it with your actual design system. 1,000 AWS Lambda pipelines manage Claude agent state. Managed Agents handles it for 8 cents an hour. The pattern is not subtle. Anthropic is moving up the stack. They are not competing with the companies that use their API. They are absorbing the use cases those companies were built around. I read. This is the inflection point where being the model company is not enough. Anthropic has the distribution. Every enterprise Claude contract is a pipeline into these new products. They have the trust. 3 years of safety research gives them the enterprise credibility to deploy agents with real permissions. And now they have the product surface. If you are a founder in this space, the question is not, when will Anthropic compete with us? It is already happening. Subscribe for daily AI news. I cover what actually matters for developers and technically literate people. Specific numbers, real implications, no hype. See you tomorrow with the latest from the AI ecosystem.